Part 5. Intention. Intention shapes your reality, and there are two levels of intention to be aware of. The first level is inner intention. It's the force of your personal will, the wanting of your desires and the associated actions and energy applied to create the corresponding reality. The second level is outer intention. This is the force of the universe itself. Think about it like in terms of what reality wants for you. It's the synchronicities that appear, the doors that open for you spontaneously. Your reality showing up to support you in the creation of positive life tracks. In a more vivid sense, think about inner intention like pushing a heavy boulder up a hill with the goal of placing the boulder at the top of the hill. Outer intention is when a village of comrades rush in to support you and quickly place the boulder at the top with minimal effort. So in a sense, the goal is not to push harder to make your goals manifest. It's to shift internally to the degree that inner intention is quieted and outer intention comes online to support you in the most resourceful ways. And this is precisely why most people fail to manifest. They are trying to create their reality by only relying on inner intention. They're trying to force their world to conform to their desires and unconsciously elevating importance levels when things don't go their way. And as you know, anytime importance levels are elevated, balancing forces will neutralize the outcome, which is why you rarely get what you desperately desire. Are you starting to understand this entire process of transurfing? High inner intention creates elevated importance, and the natural consequence is pushing away the outcome. And so the key here is to start with inner intention as a decision-making tool to identify what winning looks like for you, and then quickly aligning with outer intention to allow your universe to do the heavy lifting for you. Outer intention originates from a higher plane of mastery. It comes from the soul, from a deeper intuitive knowing that God and your universe are guiding you at all points throughout your journey, and that what is genuinely meant for you cannot be denied. There's a certain magic to it, like divine luck and intelligence that comes online to rearrange your world in such a manner that your goals and inner intentions are fulfilled without you having to force a single thing. You'll start to notice the little shifts, the small nudges, the subtle invitations from your universe that come in the form of opportunities revealing themselves to you. It's when your creative genius and imagination assist you in thinking and executing in the most resourceful ways possible until miracles are manifest in real time. And here's the truth. Your manifestations only look like miracles to the untrained mind and forgetful soul. But to the master of transurfing, miracles are natural, commonplace experiences where the universe meets you halfway, and winning timelines are actualized in your current reality. And so the question here you might have is, what's the magic formula so that outer intention begins to work in your favor? First, use inner intention to visualize your goal as already manifested. Second, reduce importance and let go of your need to control the outcome. Third, follow the natural flow of opportunities and synchronicities as they appear in your field of awareness with a lighthearted, carefree attitude, trusting fully that your universe has your back. That is your role in the transurfing process. Set the goal, trust the unfolding. Do what is necessary through your actions and aligned inputs, and give your reality space to fill the gaps without the heaviness or insistence blocking your reception. Now, I am a man of pragmatism, and all of this is conceptual in nature. And really, one of my geniuses is being able to take this spiritually nuanced and metaphysically abstract and ground it into practical reality. One of the approaches to realistically activating outer intention is to focus less on yourself and more on how you can help others fulfill their intentions. I want you to ask yourself, how can I share my value with the world in a way that supports others in receiving their highest reality? What skills, resources, and energy do I have access to that can help solve someone else's problems? Because the truth here is that you can be someone else's outer intention. And the more you help others fulfill their manifestations and create ease in their lives, the more they will help you too. This is the practical magic behind intention. You help enough people get what they want, they will help you get what you want. Eventually, on a long enough time horizon, the value you share and the frequency you embody will be so powerful that exceptional world-class manifestations are not only possible, but the inevitable outcome of your experience. And when you master this perspective, you shift into timelines where reality genuinely supports your highest creations. Part 6. Slides. A slide is a mental movie you project onto your world. Most people play out scenes in reality that distort their world, keeping them in limited timelines without even realizing it. If you want to master reality, you have to become aware of what slides you are playing, dismantle the harmful ones, and consciously create new slides that align with the version of reality you actually want to live in. Now, here's the truth of the matter. You are always playing slides all the time about what reality is or what you think it should be. Your mind automatically adjusts perception to match the slides, which can be both a blessing or a danger depending on what slides you give the most attention to. For example, someone with the victim slide sees only threats and injustice everywhere they go, even when none exist. For example, someone who thinks all rich people are greedy, evil, and out to get them will unconsciously keep themselves in low vibrational frequencies that prevent them from accessing a higher version of abundance. Or someone who believes that there's no more good men or no more good women, no one can be trusted, is falling for the same kind of victimization slide, and their worst fears are confirmed time and time again. Their minds distort reality to match what they already believe. Distorted slides create distorted realities. If you carry a negative or exaggerated slide that sounds anything like, "The world is cruel, I'm not good enough," or "I'm oppressed," your reality will have no choice but to move you toward timelines where those beliefs are reflected right back at you and your worst expectations are confirmed. Slides don't just influence how you feel, they influence what sectors of reality you align with, and you always have a choice in the matter. Now, the question here is, how do destructive slides take form and control what mental movies you play out in your mind? They are implanted into your subconscious mind by pendulums, repetition, and time. The process of repeating negative beliefs and statements about the reality you live in becomes so familiar that you don't even realize you're looking at life through a warped lens. However, what did I say before about this? You always have a choice. That's the power you do have. You can replace old limiting slides with new, empowering ones. Conscious slides are the mental movies in which you play out scenes where you are confident, successful, safe, and free to be who you want and receive exactly what you desire. They match timelines where your ideal outcomes exist naturally. A conscious slide reflects the reality you choose to experience, without excessive importance or unrealistic fantasy. Just pure, natural alignment. So in a sense, the next question here is, how do you shift out of negative mental movies and into positive ones? First, identify the destructive slides. Which thoughts and beliefs are not in alignment with what you say you want? You can't desire to be loved, yet deeply resentful towards others. You can't desperately want to be rich, while secretly hating people who have what you want. Identify those contradictions. Second, dismantle the false slides. Acknowledge that they aren't objective facts, that they're simply projections based upon the pendulums you've been exposed to or the programming you've adopted. It is very easy to find evidence that contradicts the slides you've been playing, especially if they're destructive ones. Third, create and install positive slides. Visualize the reality you want with no limitation, as if it's a normal experience you have every day. What would that feel like? What would you do with your life at that point? It's in these mental movies that you begin to normalize your exceptional manifestations. Don't make your dreams feel miraculous and unreachable. Treat them as if they are inevitable and familiar to you now. This entire process of playing out different mental movies is precisely why reality begins to shift in your favor. Because you don't experience reality itself, you experience your slide of reality. Reality mirrors back the energy and assumptions of the slides you're currently projecting. Empowering slides don't just accelerate your manifestations, they collapse the distance between where you are right now and the version of you that is winning at the highest levels already. Over time, what you'll observe in your reality as you master the art of slide creation is that your positive assumptions begin to attract corresponding realities in which opportunities and events of expansion become your dominant experience of life. And it all began with reprogramming your visualizations to see in real time that a higher timeline is possible. And what you mentally and energetically believe to be true about the world you live in ripples out into your experience. And always remember this, write this down. Visualize in the first person's perspective, as if you are the main character of your own movie. This detail is very important because most people can only visualize as if they're watching a movie on a big screen in front of them. They're observing their manifestations from the third person's perspective, rather than experiencing the events through their own eyes. Feel the world around you from this perspective with all the sights, audios, and touching sensations that feel most alive for you. Do this consistently, and reality will rearrange around the more aligned slides you've installed as new doors become available to you.